Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel today. I am a little faded on the full screen shot here, and I'm going to do a little recap and add in some things about what I'm thinking is happening in Young Justice, and I'm hoping I'm right, but then again, it's just theory, so it could be right, it could be wrong. Uh, Let me get started, and this has to do with the Draxamites, I believe they're called. Let me minimize myself and start the clip.
Millennium. 8 months after their parole in the 31st century, I arrived. The frightened bureaucrats of the United Planets had settled all of us on the Kryptonian colony world Daxam, a planet orbiting a red sun, thus preventing us from gaining the powers that were our birthright.
Okay, Daxam is what I was wanting to get mentioned here, and they do establish that Druzad did manage to get some of the Daxamites to go along with his cult and join him. I'm going to play that part here just a second.
But they didn't count on my father's ingenuity. By the time I turned 15, he'd smuggled his loyal followers, along with like-minded Daxamites, to a nearby planet under a yellow sun. Now that we had our rightful powers, my father made a valiant attempt to lead a rebellion against the United Planets.
Okay, now we got the background. I'm going to talk about a little bit of this. And let's see. The first is the most famous Daxamite, for anybody that's been following any of the comics for any amount of time, especially Superman comics, is Mon-El. He was a character that was one of the first Daxamites that were introduced. This page is from the comic book resource guide of DC characters. You can zoom in and read it if you want to, but that's one of the first. Then his first appearance was with Superboy. Superboy had to put him into the Phantom Zone because Daxamites have a severe allergy to lead, which makes them very vulnerable and affects them almost similar way Kryptonite does Kryptonians. And later in I think it was the 1990s, he went by the name Valor, and he used this costume. He had a temporary antidote to lead to protect him from lead, but he did eventually end up in the Phantom Zone. And then we also know from Supergirl this version of Mon-El, who later was, I don't know how people felt about this character on Supergirl. I didn't really watch Supergirl that much. Didn't seem like a really great show to me, but it was okay. I do like the spinoff of Superman and Lois. I think it's much better than Supergirl, actually. But I think it's a good possibility that the Daxamites might be coming up. Well, we might see the establishment of the Daxamites in the final part of this season, because they say they were a Kryptonian colony. Well, the only way that could have happened is if some Kryptonians survived Krypton exploding, and they've already introduced Zor-El, Supergirl's dad, and he was on Argo City that survived the explosion of Krypton. Well, maybe they transfer them off of Argo City to Daxamite, and that's how they end up there. And also explain their lead sensitivity, since Argo City had to be covered in lead under a red sun, so the Kryptonians did not have any vulnerabilities, and lead could have weakened their system until they got to the point where they were just vulnerable to lead. That's a possibility after so much time and a couple of generations. And hopefully we'll see what happens here. Let me know what you think. What's your opinion on what's happening? Where do you think it's going? And like and subscribe, as always. let's see. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Love to hear from anybody what their opinion is on this. And this is simultaneously streaming on Twitch, which I don't remember turning that on. I think a hotkey's been set, so I'll have to make sure to fix that. But again, thanks for watching. Have a good day.